A little bit of a longer video today because I'm going to show you a bunch of cases for your iPhone 16 Pro Max that Prodigee sent to me for review. Now, I'll put a link in the description down below to Prodigee's website where you can see all of these cases and purchase them for yourself. By the way, I managed to get you guys a 30% off discount. Use the code at checkout RIC30 for 30% off. By the way, I don't get a cut out of any of it. I just arranged to get you guys a discount. Now, here's my favorite case of the bunch. It's called the Formula. It's thin, it's lightweight, and it's protective at up to 6 feet of drop protection. You can see those buttons are actually aluminum and metallicized. And in this gray colored case, it really matches natural titanium and especially the Apple Watch Ultra with that orange button quite well. These buttons are all very responsive. Unless I call it out otherwise in this video, you can expect that MagSafe as well as all the buttons are going to be working just fine. So extremely tactile, very responsive, all of that. And as you'll see here with MagSafe compatibility, these are strong magnets. You don't have to worry about things falling off, and it's fully compatible with charging. So while we take a look at the smoke color here with black and red, I'll also mention on the camera action button, all of these cases, it's going to be a cutout and recessed, but I don't find it difficult to get to or to operate. As a matter of fact, when I compare it to Apple's silicone case, it actually helps to prevent accidental button presses there. So I think it's a personal preference. Now we're going to take a look at the Superhero. This is a traditional TPU case with a little bit more reinforcement around the edges. And then you're going to see a very unique characteristic around the camera cutout, which is why I think it's called the Superhero, because it's almost like a cape or something. So a very unique look here. Of course, with these clear TPU cases, they are going to show fingerprints, especially with the darker ones. And they're going to feel a little bit more, I don't want to say sticky, but a little more grippy or tacky, if that makes sense. But with this darker one, I did find that those fingerprints also wiped off fairly easy, so you don't have to worry too much about that. Now we're going to look at the Solid, because this is, no pun intended, it's a really solid and pretty traditional case. Only this gray one will you see on the outside, the MagSafe ring. The other ones hide it pretty well. But this is a pretty neutral case. I mean, if you don't want anything to really stand out, you want something that's going to hide fingerprints, low-key branding, but it's going to work for what you need it to do, from drop protection to MagSafe compatibility. I mean, this is a really nice way to go. And multiple colors that I'll show you here. Of course, that was gray. Here's the green. You don't see that MagSafe ring on the back side. And it's got a different texture along the back, so it hides fingerprints completely well enough. And then in a moment here, I'm going to show you the black version of this as well. So I think for those of you looking for just a very practical case, this is a nice way to go. And one other thing I'll mention, Prodigee's been around for a long time. They've been making cases for multiple generations of iPhones. And I find them to be very high quality at an affordable price. And especially, again, if you use the coupon code, even on top of that, you're getting it even cheaper, especially when you compare to like Apple's cases and things like that. Now, there's a lot of you out there like Mag Wallet cases. And so this is their Folio Mag Wallet case. It's all vegan leather, so synthetic leather. It is not real leather. And it's going to store credit cards. It's going to store cash. And you have the flexibility to use the case on its own, as you see here. It's got an area for a lanyard if you want to thread something in there. Or you can actually pop it into the actual wallet section of this case. So it's almost like two cases in one in a sense. You can use it just like this on its own. Or if you really wanted to, you can then pop it into the wallet case and use it that way, which I'll show you in a minute. And even when it's not in the wallet case, as you saw there, that's my Peak Design wallet, you can use it that way too. So definitely more bulky, larger, but it serves its purpose. For those of you who want a wallet case, this is probably the way to go. And as I'm showing you here, you can wiggle this thing. It's not going anywhere. It's not falling out. So you want to get blingy? Let's get blingy, because I'm going to show you a few cases that fit that bill. We're going to start with the Glow and the Glow Up. This is a Glow right here. It's a TPU case. It has these metallicized sort of buttons along the side. And then the big thing here is you get this holographic, almost like an iridescent look along the backside. So if you don't want a traditional TPU case, this is a really nice alternative to that. And there's different colors available, so be sure to take a look at the link in the description down below to see all of the color choices. It's still going to show markings, fingerprints, so you'll need to wipe it down from time to time. And those buttons really don't rattle all that much, a little bit, but not too much. If you want to take it a step up from there, you're looking at the Glow Up, which doesn't have those metallicized sort of buttons along the side, but you get definitely more of a holographic mirror-like appearance on the back, and it trades those buttons for reinforced bumpers. Now, this little red tab, I just didn't pull that off. That's for shipping, so you want to pull that off. It's almost like a screen protector for the back of the case. You pull it off, then you install your case. Now, if you want to go sparkly, these are the Superstar cases, and we've got it in pink here with pink sparkles. You are also going to get reinforced bumpers all around the edges and the sides. It's kind of infused, so it's unlike the Glow Up that you just saw where it sits on the outside. This actually sits on the inside. Also a TPU case. So again, anytime we talk about TPU cases, they tend to have that unique TPU feel to it. A little bit more grippy, a little bit more tacky, almost not sticky, but if you've ever felt TPU case, you know what I mean. Now on the silver one here, or the clear one, you almost get like this polka dot design around the bumpers. And then if you want to take it, believe it or not, even a step up further, oh man, wait till you see the Pop Star, because this is kind of nuts. And I'm sure it's a unique look for some of you. I can see somebody rocking this in Vegas for sure. And wait till you see the silver one, because even though this isn't a case that fits the style I'd be going for, the silver one's pretty slick. Now, this dark blue, when you see it in person, it really is absolutely gorgeous. It's a very rich, dark indigo blue. And here's the silver. It just looks like you have pieces of metal in this case. I don't know if it transitions really well on film, but certainly in person, it is a really unique looking case that I haven't seen one necessarily like that before. And it's super, super cool. So definitely not for everybody. But certainly if you're looking to rock something that's real blingy, I don't think you can go wrong with something like this. Plus you get protection and value as well. Now we're going to look at the Valley. So we're going to dial it back just a little bit. And this comes in a number of different cases as well, or colors as well. But the unique thing about this is you get this little insert that you're going to kind of slide in that dock or that charging port area. You can use it if you want, or you can lose it if you want. But if you use it, you can clip on the attached lanyard, which by no means is this a throwaway lanyard. I mean, it's got nice Prodigee branding to it. This is a thick, almost rope-like kind of lanyard, if you will, that you can adjust to maybe fit around your wrist. If you want to wear it, you could do that. And the buttons, as well as the camera cutout accents, are all matching. So in this case, it's that pink and gold, which gives this a really classy look. And of course, you get MagSafe compatibility for charging, as well as MagSafe accessories. And like I said, if you don't want to use that lanyard, you can just lose it. And here's a couple of other colors that you can choose from. So we get black and gold, which is always going to be a really nice colorway. And you can see I didn't install that little lanyard piece, so you can use it without. And just by itself, I mean, that looks really clean. Now, of course, the black case is going to show a little bit more markings, and so you have to wipe those down. But then we get this color, which I got to say, probably out of these cases, this is my favorite color choice. You get this, what is that, like a seafoam and a gold, and it just looks really nice. Now, we're going to go back to a transparent case called the Flow, because this case, it really kind of transitions from one color to the next. You can see it's a TPU, but it goes from like pink to almost like this white teal. It's got reinforced bumpers. And as we take a look at a darker color choice here, you can really see the difference in color and how it transitions. So you've seen a lot of TPU cases in this video. Prodigee does have a multitude of them, but they're all different styles, whether you want to go with like a superhero style or this kind of transitional kind of style of color or something that's more blingy. So they have a little bit of something for everyone. And I like that they're very affordable, especially if you use the code RIC30. Again, I don't get a cut from that, but just know you can use that and get 30% off. Now, this case, the Pampas, this is crazy. Like seriously, Miami Vice vibes. You're rocking it in summertime in Miami. I mean, take a look at that. Holographic, iridescent. That design almost reminds me of like palm tree leaves or something. GTA, something like that. I mean, it's kind of nuts. And if you thought that was really a head turner, take a look at the blue one, because not only do you get that blue border, but man, the backside is extremely colorful. I mean, that's really cool. And that's what I like about Prodigee. And I've said this in the video before. This isn't a sponsored video. I haven't been, told to say this. This is genuine feedback. They create cases that are unique, but they also create cases that stand the test of time and that are good value. Even without a discount code, they're still good pricing for what you get. This is the Magneteek, and it's also a TPU case, but it has the reinforced bumpers around the edges. You can kind of see it. It's a little bit more clear in that regard. And as we take that off, we can look at the black one, which is a little bit different because it has a red border on the inside, and it's a solid black kind of border around all the edges here, but it's clean. And if you want something that has that nice level of protection that's going to show your iPhone, this could be the way to go. Now, believe it or not, we are not quite done with this video yet. We still have a few more cases to go. I know this is a long one, so thanks for hanging in there. And if you've enjoyed it this far, be sure to hit that thumbs up button and let me know, please. Now we're going to take a look at the Kickit, because this is one of those cases, as I say, Prodigee is not afraid to try new things. And so you'll see metallicized buttons here. But the unique thing about this is look around that camera cutout, because you're going to see why this case is called the Kickit in just a brief moment here. There's some Prodigee branding that you'll see along the side. And as I mentioned, there's that camera cutout. You can lift this, and now you get a stand. And so this stand works well enough for viewing, whatever you want to watch, YouTube video, metagamers on the go, playing a game, whatnot. And it's pretty stable. I mean, obviously you're not going to go pounding on this thing or it's going to topple over, but it's nice to have that built in and maintain a relatively low profile. Now here's another color in that same case that you're getting a look at here. Different colored metallicized buttons, and again, a very classy kind of look. And once again, you can get a look at that stand and how that opens up, how it operates, and then of course, how we close it on up. Speaking of stands, the Balance is another case by Prodigee where they're playing around with stands that are hidden inside of the case. So you're going to notice with this particular case, we get some really nice metallicized buttons along the side that actually have texture to them. So not only are they easy to press, but they're easy to find. And then you get your Prodigee branding. You can see there's a little bit of accents around the bumper. And the back is going to hide fingerprints really well. And it's also working with MagSafe just fine. But the unique thing about this, as we shake it and see that there really isn't much noise from those buttons, the unique thing about this is the stand. It just simply pulls out like that. And you can use it in two different ways. One, whether it be in portrait mode. Again, notice, I don't think this is necessarily made for tapping because it is going to fall over, as you see there. You can gently tap, but it's really meant more, I think, for standing it up in place, doing a FaceTime call, watching a video, something like that. And believe it or not, even in the clear version of this, they hide that stand really well, as you see right there. So yeah, there's some metal that kind of hides it, but it's done in a pretty classy way that it doesn't really stand out or look out of place. And if you're wondering, these cases do carry a 1-year warranty. So should anything go wrong, you are warranted through Prodigee. And here is the case in your traditional black. Notice that the stands are going to match, in this case, black for black. So it just blends in really nicely, and it matches the buttons that are also that color. So there you have it. A ton of cases by Prodigee. Hey, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe for more content, and use that code RICK30 to get 30% off of anything you purchase through Prodigee. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.